I thought we tried to steal one at the end of the game. We didn't compete nearly as hard as we have to compete, especially this time of year. This time of year, everything gets tougher. We're challenged enough to create offense, and I didn't think we competed very hard for 40 minutes. I think the players would probably tell you the same thing, that we didn't, for whatever reason, compete hard enough. And I think some guys, as a characteristic of our group, I think we saw a lot of this last year with a lot of the same individuals, and we really got to learn to relish the toughness of this time of year. We have to relish how hard it is to create offense. It's harder now after Christmas than it is before, and we were challenged enough before Christmas. And I think our guys certainly know what they're doing, and they show it. And we tried to just say, okay, let's give it for the last 20, but it wasn't enough. And they got we were loose on our gap and on a couple of rushes there down the stretch. Maybe just thinking it was gonna, we were gonna get that goal, and tonight we didn't.
Yeah, Ferris State had an aggressive forecheck tonight, so you guys struggled, just making tape-to-tape passes tonight, and just didn't look sharp. How do you overcome that?
Well, you just said it. It's compete, right? It's getting back on the puck. It's grinding the puck out, and and it's managing it up through the ice, and not skating with one hand on your stick, and and being intelligently competitive. That's really what it is right now, and it's really what is really our MO with our group. We play in the GLI a little bit more skill-oriented type game, a little more skating, a little less grind, and we're okay. And then you get into a grunty game, which is what every game's going to be like in our league. And we got to learn to find a way to. First of all, you have to enjoy that. You got to enjoy it, and I don't think we have a lot of guys that really enjoy it. We want to slow it down and be able to make a play. Teams don't let you do that this type of year. So I give Ferris credit. I think our guys worked hard. I just think that I don't think that we competed hard enough. I thought we competed in the third, and our feet were moving better. But I think in the first couple of periods, we were just kind of going through the motions on that part of the game. And again, we're a little challenged with depth within our lineup and things like that. So it's hard to we take a guy out here, we take a guy out there, we sit a guy down there, we sit a guy down there. We don't have enough to follow it up. So we're right now we have to really focus in recruiting on improving our depth for sure, and then continue to work with our guys. Again, a great group of guys. They're a great group of guys. Work with them on really enjoying the hard part of the game, the grunt part of the game. And if some guys can do that, hopefully they have a chance at prolonging their hockey careers.
You said last night that the team has to start just uglying a game just for a win. And do you think that's just not part of this team's identity this year?
I don't think it's been a part of our identity the last couple of years. If you look at it, we've praised over the past. We didn't have it 3 years ago. We didn't really have a lot of it 4 years ago. We had it by some guys. But if you look at 4 years ago, the line that emerged as being our top line was what started as being our fourth line. Sturros, Neville, and Vallis. And those guys, Sturros and Neville, without any power play or anything, got 25 points each on the year. We may not have a guy this year with 25 points. And those guys were our depth guys. And when we lost Neville in the first shift of the national tournament that year, and when we lost, and Sturros took a couple penalties, we couldn't stop Denver. So I think we've battled with that for quite some time here, but had the Tanner Caros, who we were fortunate to have, had some guys that got us through that. We give up less goals now than we've given up at any time then. We just don't score goals because it's, you have to be competitive. So is it in the makeup of our team? I don't think we're hard enough. I don't think we're a hard team, no. So I think, and we try with it, and we're positive with the group, but I think that we have to enjoy competing much more. You just said it, that Ferris State competed. They threw the puck in. They played an aggressive forechecking style of game. We gave them ice to be able to do that, to be able to advance it, get it in, and go after it, and create pressure situations. you got to get into them a lot earlier and battle a lot harder so that we have time to get back and get the puck and break things out. So I think that we have to show, we haven't shown the last couple of years for sure that we have a great deal of that. And the year that we did win the championship, the year before that, we really shortened our bench and went with with the most competitive guys we had in our lineup, and really rode Joe Lesperance and a couple other players that Brent Baltus, who had a really high compete level. And so hopefully it's within our group that they'll work on it and get out of their comfort zone and work on it, and we'll certainly keep working with them. They give a good effort. They practice hard. Some guys some guys like to be in the trenches, building a building, and some people like to sit up and be pretty and work the computer and have the pencil on. And we have a little bit too much pencil, and I think we need a little bit more laborers.
Talk about that stretch where you guys had the 5-minute power play, didn't get anything from it, and then Tommy took the penalty, and then he left the penalty and scored the goal. Just talk about that stretch.
Well, the 5-minute power play was way prior to that. That was in the second period. We scored our goal in the third period. We just didn't make plays on the power play. Again, it was perimeter, and I think we had 4 shots. They all came in the first minute and a half, and then it was trying to, just force pucks, stick handle until we don't have anything, and then force pucks. So, again, I give Ferris credit. This is what hardens our league. This is what a lot of coaches in our league complain about, is the games are too hard, and then you throw some travel in there, and we beat ourselves up. That's why so many teams in our league are scheduling fewer games. I think players like to play, but we just, in our league, it's a grind. It's a grind. Everybody's playing to defend. Everybody's playing hard to defend, and you have to ugly some goals. And I thought Ferris scored when they needed to. 2-2-1 games, and we knew going into the weekend they were going to be 2-2-1 games. So I don't think there are any surprises. I do think our support was great tonight. I could feel the emotion on the bench. The players could feel the emotion on the bench in the third period. They gave everything they had. Ferris just got the shot that put it in the net. When you get to that point, it's a one-shot game. We certainly put ourselves in position to steal another third period game. This time it just didn't come through.
Just want to ask you really quick, Jay Kress